Culture Crave has been tweeting out a lot of updates about James Cameron and Avatar over several months. And I went back, found them, and then put them in the chronological order so that we could all kind of see where we came from and where we currently are before going into Avatar 2 next week.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So, everybody jack in, or whatever the fuck they say in Avatar. I still don't understand the science of that, but I digress. Alright, so, and we're going to have a small Avatar conversation after this. On September 18th, James Cameron says he clashed with the studio over several things, including Avatar's runtime. Quote, I drew a line in the sand and said, I made Titanic, this building that we're meeting in, this new $500 million complex. Titanic paid for that, so I get to do this. Afterwards, they thanked me. I feel that my job is to protect their investment, often against their own judgment. But as long as I protect their investment, all is forgiven. This was in a New York Times article.
Damn.
On November 7th, Avatar 4 and 5 may get canceled if Avatar The Way of Water flops. James Cameron, quote, let's complete the story within movie 3 and not go on endlessly if it's just not profitable. We're in a different world now than we were when I wrote this stuff. The question is, how many people give a shit now? On November 22nd. And I really want you all to pick up on the hard shift from that, okay? Like there's that and then where we end up, okay? November 22nd, James Gunn says Avatar The Way of Water has to become the third or fourth highest grossing film ever made to be profitable. This means it has to make over $2 billion from GQ magazine.
Wait, you said James Gunn. Did you mean James Cameron?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, James Cameron. I'm sorry.
Too many. Like, hold on
Thank
a
you.
second.
Thank you for catching that. Yes, James Cameron. Sorry. He informed the studio that the film presented the worst, quote, the worst business case in movie history. And when asked about how expensive the budget is, he said it's, quote, very fucking. That's his answer.
Wait, not expensive following the F word?
No. They just said, how expensive is the budget? And he said, very fucking. Because they said, how expensive.
Yeah, I know.
So he's saying very fucking expensive.
Yeah. I would have thrown in expensive after that, Mr. Cameron.
He's a writer, like you got to have some pizzazz,
Incomplete sentences.
It's not an incomplete.
It's not called. It's called. It's not pizzazz.
All right. Anyway, we could talk about that for hours. On November 30th, James Cameron says Avatar 3 is already shot. Avatar 4 is partially shot, and the script is finished for Avatar 5. It's all written out, fully designed. We know exactly where we're going if we get the opportunity to do it. Also later that day, James Cameron says he already has plans for Avatar 6 and 7. I'd be 89 by then. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to make Avatar movies indefinitely, the amount of energy required. I would have to train somebody because I don't care how smart you are as a director. You don't know how to do this. This fucking guy. Holy shit.
Is he going to be the dude from Prometheus?
Waylon?
Yes.
That lives forever?
Yes. Is he going to be Waylon?
Maybe.
Oh my God, he's going to send us out into space, isn't he?
I mean, he did direct Aliens. So, I mean, you're not that far off, Maggie. Could he make David, the robot
That's
David?
what I was wondering. Is he going to make David?
He might. I mean, if he can upload his consciousness, I think he would. Anyway, on December 1st, James Cameron says people can take bathroom breaks anytime they want during Avatar The Way of Water. They can see the scene they missed when they see it again. James Cameron says claiming that Avatar has no cultural impact is an irrelevant argument. If people are less likely to remember Jake Sully than Luke Skywalker, that's partly because Avatar has only had one movie out. Marvel had maybe 26 movies to build out a universe. We'll see what happens after this film. On December 7th, James Cameron is not worried about Avatar The Way of Water flopping. If I like my movie, I know other people are going to like my movie. I don't think anyone does artistically in life should be determined by the... I don't think what anything...
Do you need me to read it?
No, I'm reading it verbatim. I don't think anything one does artistically in life should be determined by the trolls and the naysayers. You make it, in a sense, for yourself. And then lastly, on December 9th, James Cameron says, the Avatar 4 script got 0 notes from the studio. All they said back was, holy fuck. I hope I get to make that film. That's it.
Dang.
So he went from this may be the worst possible business expense to holy fuck. That's it.
Guess what, guys? I got no notes on it.
Like he talked about how Avatar, well, obviously at the beginning we talked about how they gave him a bunch of notes about Avatar, and he brought up Titanic. Apparently the second one he got like 2 pages of notes. The third one he got half a page of notes, and the fourth one he didn't get any notes. They just wrote back holy fuck. And like he had asked what are the notes, and they said that's it. That's the note. There are none. And I guess 4 is supposed to go back to Earth.
Yeah.
So all that being said,
it's crazy.
Maggie, will Avatar 2 be good?
I bet it will be. Dang it.
We was talking a little bit about this in the Hopefully Awesome Weekly episode this week on patreon.com/Hopefully Awesome. And we're talking about like Avatar history with the looking forward to it. Do we have fatigue? Things like that. And yeah, we started to rewatch Avatar last night because we're wanting to watch it before going to watch the new one. And realizing watching it with a toddler is just not not the proper way.
Especially a toddler that's not feeling her best.
Yeah. So we're gonna definitely give it another shot. But I remember really enjoying it.
I did too.
And I think it really is just it's been a long time, and I had this thought. Okay, I don't want to offend anybody, but it's almost like the Rapture. Okay, where it's like, I've heard about this shit my whole fucking life, okay? And like, is it gonna happen? And for a little bit, I thought Avatar 2 was never happening, but now it's only a week away. So what does that say about Jesus?
It's happening.
No, I think I made the wrong point I was trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is it's been talked about for 13 years. And we know that there's this whole plan for like 5 sequels, 7. Like he's already got ideas up to Avatar 7, right?
Yeah.
And like for a guy that barely made 1 sequel with Terminator 2, the only reason he made it was because it was a different, completely fucking movie. Like he never makes sequels. And now he's like, I'm going to make like 8 of these.
I think where he's with Disney.
Yeah.
But they're like, hey.
I mean, I think he just...
We got sequels upon sequels over here. How about you make one?
Dude loves the water. He fucking loves water.
He does.
Like,
did he make Waterworld?
He did not.
I know he didn't. I know he didn't.
But like, I think what gives me hesitation is the only other person we've experienced like this with just a very much like, I'm doing what I want to do is...
Michael Bay.
No.
Oh.
I thought
it was Michael Bay. My bad.
I'm not talking about sequels. I'm talking about like somebody that got obsessed with technology and just kept churning out.
Zemeckis?
Robert Zemeckis. All right.
He's back.
And like, listen, I love Back to the Future. I talked to this to death. There's a TikTok about how much I love his early work. Okay. All the way up through Contact. But then, at some point he made Welcome to Marwen.
Things took a turn for the worse, man.
He made Welcome to Marwen. And then he made Pinocchio. And it's like... I don't know, man. Like,
we fast forward to the end of Pinocchio.
Is James Cameron Robert Zemeckis, or is he?
Well,
is he successful? I don't mean it like that.
Well, he's successful now, like James Cameron is.
I mean, he has gone all in. Right? Any other time we've seen this, we saw it with Zemeckis, George Lucas. The prequels.
Yeah.
Remember? Like, and he was like, nobody gave him notes.
Nope.
And we got the prequels. And I mean, say what you will, at the very least, they're not spotless films. At the very least, I think we can all agree that they're not 100% perfect. There are some issues.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even if you love them.
Yeah.
And that's fine. They're good. They're fun. Mostly 3 is really good. But I think that's the majority of the time when we've seen stuff like this. It's not went well.
Yeah.
And is James Cameron the guy that changes that? In his own new universe. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like, I don't know. Like, he's creating a franchise out of one movie. Granted, it's the highest grossing film of all time. But like, is it smart? I don't know, Maggie. I don't know, Maggie. You talk.
I don't know either. I still think there should be a Titanic 2. So
Jesus.
There we go. Everybody, Billy Zane's the main character, and we get to follow him throughout
the Great Depression.
The Great Depression, and watch him lose all of his money.
Yeah, I would watch that actually. That'd be really good. Do we see him turn into the mummy at the end?
Yes. Yes, he escapes to Egypt after the stock market crash.
Brendan Fraser's like, "Hey, whoa there, buddy."
Whoa.
I don't even know what he sounded like in that movie. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the only thing I'll say about it. Anyone else, except for maybe 2 people, anyone else, I would think this is not going to work. The other 2 people, just so we're clear, Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan. They're the only 2 people that I trust with just whatever the fuck they do. It's gonna be good, even if it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm a little low on Tenet is just because I'm so fucking confused. It's been 2 years. I'm still fucking confused. I think we're living Tenet currently.
I'm still confused about the fact that the dude put Tenet on a Game Boy cartridge.
Listen, the only way to watch Tenet, you have to watch it twice because that is Tenet. All right?
Yeah.
You have to watch it twice.
Yeah.
And then when you're halfway through it, that's when the time reverses and you get the other half of Tenet.
Yeah.
It is the ultimate Tenet. Anyway,
wild movie.
Sorry. But I think outside of those 2, James Cameron is the only other person that I just don't bet against. And I may be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong if I am. But his track record is too good. And I think if he has proven himself time and again, made 2 of the highest grossing movies of all fucking time, only outnumbered by the Endgame, which took 30 movies to build to, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I love Endgame. But like, it had 30 movies going into it.
Yeah.
James Cameron had none going into either of his 2. Like, Titanic is standalone. Avatar was standalone. He made Terminator 2. He made Aliens. I mean, he doesn't miss. And if he thinks he can make 7 of these fucking movies about the blue alien monkey people, then I gotta say, okay, let's see what you got, fucking Cameron. Let's see what you got.
I just like how he's done like a total 180 from September to now.
Right. That's what
he's like. Guess what, guys? Positivity here. No notes back on this script. So guess what, y'all? 4 is going.
Like, I think that was playing into part of why I was hesitant about this, was because a lot of what he was saying was, this may not work.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't want to go see it. Yeah, I don't want to.
And it's like, if the filmmaker starts saying that before the movie comes out, you need to prepare yourself because it's probably not going to be great.
Yeah.
Right? But then, I mean, now he's saying that's not the case. And so I guess we'll just have to see. I really like Avatar.
I liked it too.
It's not super original, but it was well made. It's good. It's a good story. I mean, I have no qualms with Avatar. Mm-hmm. It's not my favorite movie of all time or anything.
No.
But I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it's got some good messages about like environmentalism and I mean, just fucking not being shitty to indigenous people. I mean, there's some really strong messages in this movie.
I know that Zoe
Saldana,
she's said that she's going to take a step back from all these big
I
franchises.
mean, Marvel, Avatar, and Star Trek. That's like, she's been mixed in those for
she says
like 2 decades.
She says she wants to do something.
I don't blame her.
More original.
Get out of there.
So I say once everything's
go make
wrapped
a
on
DC
her end.
film.
No, I think she's just tired of being put in weird costumes and stuff.
Probably.
Not being able to be looking like a human.
Like herself.
Yeah.
Like most people don't even know that she's like the people that she plays,
Yeah.
I'm surprised Jake Sully, like, we haven't seen him in anything else.
No.
I mean, he was in Terminator Salvation, but like, I don't remember him being in anything else. Have you watched Terminator Salvation? We have this conversation every week.
Yeah. I get confused on which one I actually watch.
I need to watch it. I mean, even if you have seen it, we just need to rewatch it.
Okay.
There's one Terminator in it that's like the size of a Transformer. It's really cool.
Was there a lot of sand in it?
Oddly enough, I think there was.
Okay. I think I remember that.
All right. Anything else we'd like to say about Maggie? Do you think next week? Where do you think? Because we're not going to be ranking anything this week. So currently, our ranking is Spirited, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and/or Disenchanted, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
That's not fair.
Where do you think? What?
That's not fair.
What?
Because it's Spirited. I love it so much.
Wait, are you thinking it could possibly be number one?
I hope not. I don't want Spirited to stay number one.
I think I could see Spirited still being our number one.
Okay.
I could see that because we love that movie.
Yeah, I could see it busting through some.
Do you think it'll be walking out of the theater next week? Do you think it'll be better than Disenchanted?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be better than Andor? I feel like this is where we get into the iffy territory. I
could see yes.
I think it'll not be worse than Disenchanted. I don't think it can be worse than that. Not that Disenchanted was awful, but like I think it'll at the very least be a successfully told story.
Yes.
And it'll be visually
beautiful.
Yes. And I think that alone, and it'll probably have some heartfelt moments too.
Yeah.
So I think that alone will keep it in the top 4 at the very least.
Yeah.
As far as where it goes after that, I think it just depends on how much he knocks it out of the park. If he completely destroys and like just dominates, then yeah, I could see it going 3-2, possibly 1. I mean, if he really takes it all the way home, yeah, I could see it being above 1. If he does it, I think that is a high bar that I don't think he'll hit. I think it'll ultimately end up below Andor. Because Andor is just really fucking good.
That's really good.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's where I'm thinking.
Okay.
I could be wrong though. It could suck. It could suck. But you never bet against James Cameron.